What's up guys? Welcome to your 12th iPhone development tutorial, and in these next couple tutorials, this is the program that we're going to be creating. What you see at the top is something called a segmented control, and what this does is it actually changes the controls underneath it based on which segment you press. Pretty cool, huh? So here is a switches segment. Changes both of them, pretty neat. And here's the button, just clicks it, doesn't do anything right now. Maybe we'll add some functionality later, who knows. But anyways, I just want to show you guys, whenever I talk about a segmented control, this is what I'm talking about. Whenever I talk about switches, this is what I'm talking about. And a button, of course, you know that from before. So what I went ahead and did already is create a new project. I didn't want to do that because, I mean, you know how to do that already. Didn't want to waste your time doing it in this tutorial. So we're saying, alright, what do we need outlets for? Well, what actually are we changing? Well, we need an outlet for this switch, and we also need one for this switch, and we also need one for the button. We don't need one for the segmented control because all of the functionality right here is built into the iPod. So, yeah, we need 3 outlets to begin with because those are the things we're going to be changing. Let's go ahead and put left switch. Let's go ahead and put UI switch, and we'll capitalize that switch. And let's go ahead and make another one of these for the right switch. Right. And we will also make that UI button and button. So now, once we created those 3 objects, we gotta go ahead and make outlets to them since we wanna, be able to interact with them. So, property, of course, we're gonna be making 3 outlets. So, non-atomic and retain. And let's go ahead and IB outlet, so it actually makes an outlet. UI switch. Did I type that right? Close enough. And left switch. So let's go ahead and copy this right here. And let's paste it twice. One for the right switch. And one for the UI. Make sure to change it right here. Button. And just go ahead and name this button. So make sure I don't have any typos. Only a few probably. So now what we want to do is, aside from declaring outlets on 3 of our objects, we also want to have 3 different built-in methods. We want one for when you change this, it calls a method. One that when you click either one of the switches, it calls a method. And one that when you click the button, because we aren't going to be adding any functionality to this button, but we will later on, so might as well have a method for it. So let's go ahead and might as well make those right now. But IB action, we'll do the main one, main control switch, and this will be the method whenever you switch your segmented control. This is what's going to be called, so let me just switch back over here, and of course it's going to take the parameter of ID sender. So now let's go ahead and copy this because the only thing that's going to change is the method name. And we'll name the switch switch changed, and make sure you don't name anything switch in your program because that's already something that's built in. And the last method is called button pressed. So this is the method whenever you switch to segmented control. This is the method that's going to be called whenever you click one of them switches, and this is the method that's going to be called whenever you press a button. Easy enough. So go ahead over in your implementation, and as you can see, I already got rid of all my comments aside from these, but they can stay. They're pretty cool. So what we need to do first is synthesize those 3 outlets so it actually creates getter and setter methods for us. So go ahead and synthesize left switch. Looks good. And go ahead and add synthesize right switch, and we also want to add synthesize that button. So now we have access to that left switch, right switch, and button outlet. So aside from that, what we probably should have done is just go ahead and copy these little babies right here, so we don't have to retype the header. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't want to do that. So go ahead and copy that right there, and add the body, body, and body. Just because I always forget to get rid of that semicolon. And you know, give it a little more space. Give it some space to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so let's get rid of the hard stuff first. This main segment control is switched. Now check this out. Before I even get started, let me explain to you guys this. Whenever you pretty much, here's what I'm trying to say. How does your program know whether this switches or this button one is selected? Well, it knows what one is selected via a built-in method that's called select segment index. Now, whenever you click the first segment index, it's going to be equal to 0. Whenever you click the second segment index, it's going to be not equal to 0. So this one is equal to 0, so that's how we can write the code for this, and this one is not equal to 0. So let's go ahead and say, alright, main control switch, this is the method whenever you hit that segment control, which I'm just doing. So let's go ahead and in order to say, alright, when we're on the first one, show these. When we're on the second one, show these. So all you need is a simple if statement. And what just popped up? What did I miss here? Oh, nice. Let's go ahead and keep all that stuff. Really? If down, maybe? Nope. I'll get it. I'll get it. If, now what could I possibly... Alright, that's just making me mad now. I don't know what to click. I know what to click to make it stay up. But anyways, I'll type it in myself. I see how this is going to go. Alright, if center, which is that segment of control in... Alright, selected segment index. There we go. That's what I was talking about. This is either going to be equal to 0 if the first one is chosen, or it's going to be not equal to 0 if the second one is chosen. So now I got to write my own body. How pathetic is that? If anyone knows how to make that stay up, please tell me so I don't embarrass myself again. Alright, so if it's exactly equal to 0, then we want this to show up. So what exactly do we want hidden? Well, we want both of these buttons to show, and we want this button to be hidden. So go ahead and let's do that right now. So how we do that is if it's equal to 0, so if that first switch tab is clicked, left switch, and the attribute for this is hidden, and set this equal to no, because if it isn't hidden, we want it to show, of course. So now let's go ahead and copy this and paste it, and just go ahead and push right switch. We don't want that one hidden either, but that button hidden, do we want the button hidden? Yes, of course we do. So now, else, oh, this son of a, right? Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and copy this. I guess you guys don't have to leave me a comment anymore. Copy this, and now let's go ahead and reverse them all. So check this out. Here's what I'm doing. When we click this first one, it's going to be equal to 0. These two switches are not hidden, but the button is. Then when we click the button, we want to hide the two switches and show the button. So go ahead and just reverse everything. Hidden. We want to hide this. We want to hide this. And do we want to hide the button? No, we don't want to do that. So that is all the coding we have to build for this main control switch. In the next tutorial, I'll show you guys the coding for this switch change, and also we'll be starting to build all these objects in Interface Builder. So it's going to be a pretty sweet and definitely informative tutorial. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.